In this video, we're going to be talking about Alina and
SteVen with a V.
Listen, someone's got to say it. This guy is one of the most controlling, manipulative, hypocritical people in the history of 90 Day Fiancé. There's some very worrying allegations starting to come to light about his actions off the show. Let me explain. Messages on social media have recently surfaced which allege, and I'm going to stress that part, they allegedly show a number of ladies coming forward to say that either they or in some of their cases their daughters have received inappropriate messages from SteVen. Some claim he sent photos and videos of himself, and others claim he's asked them for photos back. Now, at the time of recording this video, these are allegations. I've got no way of proving the authenticity of these claims, but what I can see with my own eyes is SteVen seems to face a real internal struggle to contain his sexual urges. The way he acts is not normal, it's very bizarre, and frankly, it's very creepy.
You can control yourself.
You're very sexy, Alina, so I think I'd have a hard time. You look really good today, by the way. You look super good.
Yes, you look good too.
You're so cute. I mean, it's gonna be hard controlling myself with you.
Wait, no.
And that's not the only worrying thing. Make no mistake. He might act like a baby, he might love to be the centre of attention and put on this quirky, eccentric act. And sure, when he uses words like Skoodilypoop or dealio or snackies, it's almost easy to dismiss him as being childish or just an attention seeker. And he is both of those things. But that underplays the severity of the situation because he's also very intelligent and he's a hypocrite who can't be trusted. He knows exactly what he's doing, and in my opinion, SteVen is a very calculated and manipulative guy. Look, from the very first episodes, there were clues there that this guy had a questionable moral compass. Do you remember how in episode 1 he revealed that he worked as a door-to-door salesman for a pest extermination company? But at the same time, he tried to claim with a straight face that he hates killing any animals and cares about their souls.
I am a decent salesman, even though I don't support killing bugs. I kind of am for bugs not being killed because, you know, they have spirits too.
I'll be honest, at the time I didn't really pick up on that. Like, sure, I thought it's a strange choice of job, but hey, everyone needs to earn a living, right? But as the season has gone on, I keep going back to that. I keep going back to his job, and I can't help but think, gosh, that's such a great insight into this guy's character on so many different levels. The salesman part, I'm going to come back to that because that is very, very important. But let's tackle the lack of ethics first. Just think about it for a second, right? If you believe or you feel passionately about something, it doesn't matter what it is, like vegetarianism. Like, let's say you're a vegetarian, okay? What would it say about you if on the one hand you claim to be a vegetarian, but on the other hand, you're okay with working at a butcher's shop? Do you see my point? Either SteVen's lying and he doesn't care about animals as much as he says, or he does care about animals, but he's happy to abandon his morals in exchange for some form of gratification. In this case, with a job, he's exchanging his morals for money, but as we've seen throughout the season, he's willing to abandon his morals for any form of attention, and particularly, it seems, attention from women. And I think that's where his job as a door-to-door salesman has made things even worse, because it's almost as if he's got a set of skills that allows him to worm his way out of things and almost convince people that he's really not all that bad. Let me explain what I mean. Like, door-to-door sales is a tough gig. To be able to do that for a living, he needs to be good at the art of persuasion. Now, hear me out. There's no doubt in my mind that he would have been taught sales or persuasion skills during the 2 years that he spent on his Mormon mission in Eastern Europe. And I'm definitely not an expert about Mormonism, but my understanding is that when a member of their church is called to go on a mission, they leave home, often they go to a different country, and their sole focus during those years abroad is to preach their gospel and try and convert the locals to the Mormon religion. So my point is this. in order to be able to knock on someone's door and convince them to buy from him, or go to a foreign country and try and get someone to make a huge life-changing decision and change their religion, he needs to be good at persuasion and he needs to be good at face-to-face communication. In the UK, I don't know if you guys say this in the US as well, but we've got this saying, the gift of the gab. Do you say that in the US? Maybe you can let me know in the comments. But basically, if someone has the gift of the gab, it means they're good with words. They're able to speak confidently and in a way that makes people believe in them. And I think that's a perfect explanation for what SteVen does. He talks the talk. He's able to convince people. Not everyone. Some people can certainly see through him, but he can convince some naive or vulnerable people.
And I like to talk about the future a lot and about our future. I think she kind of felt like I was like Prince Charming, coming in on my steed.
And yeah, I'm sorry, but Alina is very naive and vulnerable. If a magic rabbit is enough to convince her to stay with SteVen, then she's checking both of those boxes. But in my opinion, SteVen knows that face to face, he's got this girl eating out of the palm of his hand. He knows he can do what he wants and talk his way out of it. Like, take for example, the way that he comes clean and confesses about how he cheated on her. Why does he not tell her over the phone while she's in Russia? Why does he get Alina to make so many huge commitments, uproot her life, fly to Turkey, only to then bit by bit break her down? Even in Turkey, right, he had so many opportunities to come clean, but he's very calculated in how he admits things. He sells her the dream. He sweet talks her. He tells her he loves her. He tells her she's his moonlight and sunshine, how good she looks. And then he doesn't reveal everything all at once. That would be too much in one go. So he slowly drip feeds her just enough to be able to control the situation. First, he admits to Alina that he's dated other women, and then he leaves it there. He doesn't reveal any more. You would have thought that that would probably be a good time to come clean, but no, he does it in phases. So phase 2, then he reveals he's kissed some of those girls, and then he stops again. And then when the time is right, when he's conditioned her to accept those things, and as he even says, it's in a venue of her choosing, doing an activity she wants to do, like he's even factoring in those sorts of things into it. That's when he reveals that not only is he not a virgin, but he's also had quite the past.
We're in a setting that shows that I'm open to things that she's open to. So I wanted to come clean to her now. I am not a virgin. The last time was about last October.
Are you serious? We were in a relationship.
I'm telling you this because I love you.
To me, yeah, sure, the hypocrisy is plain for everyone to see, right? But the more subtle thing here is just how calculated and manipulative he is. He's able to control the situation. And look, the ultimate textbook manipulation that he's constantly doing is how he constantly tries to weasel his way out of any kind of responsibility, and then he shifts the blame onto her. Like, oh, you want me to stay with you because you don't feel safe? Well, you can't blame my inability to act normal around you. That's not my fault. It makes me question if you want to be baptized.
With me.
You insisting on me staying kind of makes me doubt like if you really want to be baptized.
And then another one. Alina, what do you mean you don't like me communicating with other ladies on social media? That's not my fault. That's on you. You're insecure.
I feel like when you express this, it's kind of like an insecurity that you feel like I have feelings for them, or you're worried that...
И у меня есть причины так думать, что у тебя есть чувства к ним.
Or how about this one? Alina, you tested me and I failed the test? Oh no, it's not my fault. What you're doing is offensive.
I know everything.
It's offensive that you don't trust me enough that you would try to set me up and set me up for failure.
It's all just so very, very manipulative. He's very good at flipping everything, even when he's at fault, to try and make Alina feel guilty. And let's be honest, he shows zero regret or remorse for his actions. He thinks he can get away with whatever he wants.
I told Alina that I would delete my social media a week ago. I felt like maybe it was one of those things where I just like, me saying it would be enough. I'm regretting promising Alina that I'm gonna delete my social media.
The part I don't get is how Alina can see all of these red flags, and her mum definitely sees it, but Alina herself has told us numerous times she doesn't trust him. She doesn't want him on social media because he's going to message other girls, or she doesn't want him in a hostel because he's going to be around other girls. Like, there's zero trust there. Even when he apologizes, she knows it's just words. She knows it's meaningless.
Это звоночек, как говорится, подумать. И у меня такое чувство, что он даже не жалеет об этом.
It's sad to see, but she is fully under his spell, or if you want to put it another way, she's becoming more and more under his control. She can't drink, she can't have coffee, she must read her scriptures before bed, she must get baptised, otherwise it won't work. Heck, the poor girl can't even sit beside her mum on the cab ride back to the airport. SteVen has to sit in between them. And did anyone else spot that weird push the mum away and pull Alina towards him thing that he did in the airport? It's so creepy. But sadly, despite it all, she's still making excuses for him, she's still justifying his behaviour, and the worst part is, she's still totally head over heels with him.
If SteVen were to propose to you today, what would you say?
I don't know.
Look at how giddy and excited Alina gets at the prospect of SteVen proposing. Is that the look of someone who's about to end the relationship? No chance. It's really sad to see. I don't know what it's going to take to get her to leave SteVen, but if you ask me, from what I've seen so far, I just don't see it happening. What do you guys think? Will these latest allegations be the final straw? Or if she's already forgiven him for cheating on her, is this just one more thing that Alina's going to sweep under the carpet? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. And hey, do me a favour, if you've made it this far to the end of the video, show your support by hitting the like button, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing for lots more 90 Day Fiancé videos. Thanks for watching, catch you on the next video.